Today, we'll have a look at the publications International Debt Report 2025 from the World Bank data and the overview of the World Economic Outlook projection from the International Monetary Fund. In the first figure from the International Debt Report of 25, we see a comparison of the GDP growth versus the debt growth in different regions. As we can see from the 2021, all regions are growing debt faster than the GDP growth. This will lead to higher expenses from public finance due to the interest of those loans that will not be backed by higher revenues from the GDP increases. And this is in all the regions, not a single one is escaping from that. And it's not by a small amount, but quite several points in each percentage. We will now look at some of the figures of the overview of the World Economic Outlook projections from the International Monetary Fund. And before we jump into the figures, keep in mind that historically the IMF has been overpredicting the GDP growth. Additionally, this report was published before the Iranian war. And for example, if you look at the commodity prices in the IMF, they were expecting a decrease of oil prices by 8.5%. Oil prices went from $57 in December to 91, which they are actually right now. So if those prices persist, definitely for sure we'll see higher inflations than those that were already expected in this report. And having this in mind, the IMF was already expecting an inflation of 3.0% and an economic growth of 3.3%. The inflation being higher than the GDP means that we'll have a negative real growth adjusted to inflation, which, by the way, we already faced in 2025. And with this in mind and trying to avoid being catastrophes, I would say that we should keep a defensive approach in the financial markets. And I hope that this information was useful to you, and see you in the next videos.